Hey guys, how's it going? Jay here. Welcome back to yet another episode of Take 2 on SoundStage. Now, this video is being filmed in February, the first week of February. So depending on when you are watching this video, there may or may not be a link to Diego's review on SoundStage Hi-Fi in the description box below this video. So do check the description box and make sure to read Diego's review, because I'm not going to go into super detail about the BMW 705 signature speakers in this video. Instead, I'm going to just give you my opinion and my second take to Diego's original review. So, giving you kind of a preview in this case if you're watching it before his review. The first thing that I need to say is that I was astonished by the looks of these speakers. The BMW 705 signature loudspeakers are one of the best loudspeaker finishes I've seen. Now, when we say BMW, I think the first thing that really stands out is the tweeter. The tweeter is what makes BMW speakers special, at least in my opinion. Virtually every BMW speaker I fall in love with and owned myself had this tweeter design of its own, the separate housing. And this is no exception with this speaker as well, as it has that classic BMW look and tweeter. Now, the tweeter is a 1-inch carbon dome tweeter. And I have to be honest, when I heard these speakers, it's been a while since I've actually encountered or had a BMW speaker in my system. And the moment I heard them, it brought me back that joy that I get from BMW speakers specifically. The high frequency extension, the sharpness, the details, it's all there. But it's not just like any other speaker. For example, Focal, Magico, those speakers have that kind of attribute, in terms of detail and retrieval. They're known for that. So what makes BMW speakers special? Well, in this case, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The BMW speakers are detailed and sharp, but there's something that I cannot simply put it into words. There's this spaciousness on the top frequency, the sweetness. It's not edgy. It's sharp and detailed, but not edgy. There's some sweetness to it. And I think that's what most people attribute to BMW's high frequency sound, and that's why a lot of people love the speakers. Now, this can be a downside for some people who is prone to brightness. Now, I've had people complain that BMW speakers are a little bit on the brighter side of neutral. And while that may be true, depending on the placement of the speakers, so for example, do you have them tilted directly towards your ears? Or do you have these speakers directed out towards the room? So depending on placement, the high frequency can be tamed a little bit. And I think this is vital with these speakers, because the sweet spot could be just a little bit of toe-in, or it could be a lot of toe-in. And it depends on your room, it depends on your taste, it depends on your amplification, it depends on multiple factors. And there's the other thing. These speakers are not that hard to drive, at least in my opinion. I was driving them with tube amplifiers and also mainly with the NAD Agitact amplifier they just released, which will be also coming out for review on SoundStage. So keep an eye out for that. So the high frequency is the main thing I want to focus here with the BMWs, because that is what impressed me the most. You can attach all the magical audiophile words to the BMW 705 signature loudspeakers, and it would all apply. Airy, spacious, detailed, sharp. It would all apply, because it truly does. It truly does perform excellent when it comes to detail retrieval, the spatial information, imaging, and all that. Now, when it comes to the mid-range, that's the other attribute that I really like on the speaker specifically, is the vocals sound sweet, sharp, detailed, but not so much that it takes away from the music. It is still a musical sound. It is smooth enough that you don't feel fatigued in the long run, but it is still detailed and you can still pinpoint the imaging within the music without a problem. The soundstage is also very large, and you can expect that because this is a stand mount speaker or a bookshelf speaker, whatever you want to call it. Now, when it comes to the mid-range driver or the mid-range woofer, it's a 6.5-inch mid-range woofer, and this really just beautifully blends with the tweeter in my opinion. It is very seamless. I cannot hear the tweeter separately from the mid-range and vice versa. Both are very well matched and integrated and just seamless in my opinion. Now, when I hear these speakers, the mid-range and high frequencies are extremely excellent throws a large soundstage, like I said, with great imaging, both in the middle and to the side and depth. Everything is excellent. Now, in terms of where the imaging is, the center imaging, it does throw the imaging a little bit forward from where the speakers are positioned, which is something that you may like or may not like, because some people like the soundstage and the imaging a little bit behind the speakers or in between the speakers. This is a little bit more forward. And if you like a little bit more exciting sound, then this speaker does that as well. Like I said, it is not a boring sound, it's a bit of an exciting sound. Now, however, when it comes to dynamics, while it has very, very good, tasteful mid-range punch, I would say, it doesn't quite go down low, especially in the current day and age where there is a lot of speakers in this price category and below that boast a very good bass response for its size. So in terms of the bass, it is a little bit more desirable in terms of extension. But with that being said, the bass is actually very high quality, meaning it has good texture, great punch, like I said, very fast and speedy. So if that's something you like, the bass quality is definitely on par with any speaker in this price range. But if you like bass extension and a little bit more of the bass, these speakers will leave you a little bit more wanting in that regard. Now, like I've mentioned, the BMW 705 signature loudspeakers are not very sensitive with amplification. But you have to keep in mind, where do you want to go from the speaker's original sound signature? Do you want to go a little bit more warmer or a little bit more brighter? Now, I opted to stay with NAD C298 amplifier, which has the Agatac technology. And I found this combination to work quite well in balance with the power it provides. It provides like 185 watts per channel into 8 ohms, I believe. And it just sounded really, really clean, clear, crisp, and just had this little bit extra bite to it on the mid-range and top end. Now, one of the albums I was listening to was Georgia, and I will just post it up here because it has a very long name. But this was just a fantastic experience. Very clean, very dynamic, very, very beautiful voices. Definitely have a listen to it when you get a chance, especially with these speakers. It will really, really give you an insight to what these speakers are capable of doing. So I had a blast with these speakers. I think these speakers are just excellent looking for the price, performs extremely well for the price, and it still has that BMW's classic sound signature and sound quality that a lot of you, I think, will be very interested in hearing. So do give it a listen when you get a chance. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had fun listening to what my experience with these speakers. And if this video was helpful to you and if you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to this channel and clicking that bell notification so that you don't miss the next one. I'll see you guys on the next episode of SoundStage Take 2. Take care.